So this is my review of the Gevril Wall Street Kermit colored, that's a green and black dial, diver's watch. Gevril's origins date back to the mid-18th century, where Jacques Gevril, the gifted Swiss watchmaker, was the founder and inspiration of the brand. Gevril's namesake, Jacques Gevril, was born in La Chaux-de-Fonds. According to an article I found, Gevril's return to the global scene occurred in 2001 when Samuel Friedman, a Swiss businessman with a passion for watches, purchased the Gevril brand name. Friedman, who grew up in Lugano, Switzerland, understood the significance of the Gevril name and wanted to see it prosper in the world of contemporary watchmaking. So good way to look at this. You can compare this to how Elon Musk took the Tesla name, and used it in his car company. So this is somewhat similar. This Samuel Friedman looks like he used the Gevril name, which goes back to the 18th century in watchmaking, and used it to support his new brand. This is my review of the Gevril Wall Street model number 4852B. I already did an unboxing video, so you can go ahead and check that out if you wish. So I just won't waste any time and go straight into the review. This is the box it comes in. There's the paperwork. Again, you can see that all in the unboxing. And there she is. So I know the first thing that's probably going through your head, why would anybody buy this? It's a Rolex Submariner clone. I guess what I would say to that is, you got to pay $14,000 for a Rolex Submariner, and this costs a fraction of that. This is a very beautiful watch. This has become one of my favorites pretty quickly. Let me get out the critiques right out of the way, right out of the gate. The little cyclops for the date. You know, if they would have just not had that, that probably would have been enough to not make it such a blatant clone. Also, you know, the Mercedes hour hand, that's, you know, another giveaway. They could have done a few things to tweak it and make it look a little less like a Submariner. But when you think about it, most diver watches have very similar design language. They've all looked pretty much the same since the Blanc Pawn released the 50 fathoms in 1953, and then these Rolex came up with the Submariner in 1954, 1 year after. Those were the first really modern diving watches with the numbered bezel, rotating bezel. I mean, the fit and finish of this thing is incredible. The bracelet I gotta give you a close-up to this. Look at the milling in the back of this thing. It's like perfectly flat. It is probably one of the most comfortable bracelets I've ever worn. The way it plays with the light is so nice. I mean, that's why I like the Jubilee bracelet. It just sparkles and shines every which way you point at it. The case is finished very nicely as well. Very nice and polished on the sides. The bezel does extend a little beyond the case, which is typical for a Submariner, or a lot of dive watches, they do that. The bezel, this is so refined and nice. This is better than my Tag Heuer. It's just a really nice refined 120 clicks per rotation. I mean, I could do this all day. It's really, really nice. Has a nice screw down crown, which is very easy to like pull out. It's like it has very defined, you pull it out. It doesn't take a lot of guesswork to get to where you need to be. So let's go to the date there. I'm already there. I'm in the date. Pull it out again. And now I'm setting the time again. It has a screw down back, which is very nice. I have no doubts that this wouldn't withstand this rating of 200 meters or 660 feet. Most people that buy divers watches are never going to go that deep. We buy these for the look. We like the way they look. We like the utilitarian tool watch look of these watches. That's why we like them so much. It has a nice milled deployment buckle. You know, another critique of mine, I guess, would be the only letdown as far as like refinement and build quality on this thing, I would say, is the clasp here. It's not the nicest. It does look a little cheap. If you look at the underside there, it's, you know, it could have been a little better. I do like the four levels of micro adjustment here, which would be helpful. Actually, I think I'm gonna put a link back in it, because I think I took 3 out, and I think it's a little tight on me right now. So I'm probably going to put one in and micro adjust it. Look, maybe 1 or 2. That should do it. So as you can see, the links are screw down, which makes it a breeze to size. You just need a little tiny screwdriver, and you can size this thing in under 5 minutes easily. It's a very secure clasp. I guess another critique is a little hard to open, but it's actually, I mean, it's secure. I don't feel like it's gonna fall, you know, like come off of my hand, but it's a little hard to open sometimes. But I guess that's better than it coming off too easily. There's, you can see it says stainless steel. So its movement, the Sellita SW200 operates at 28,800 beats per hour or 4 hertz. The sweep on it is great. It's a very nice and smooth sweep on the second hand, which is really nice. I believe it has about a 40 to 42 hour power reserve, which is adequate. It's not stellar, but it's adequate. And I really can't get over how nice this bracelet is. It's so nice. It's a 5-link Jubilee bracelet, polished in the middle. The middle 3 links are polished. The side bigger links are brushed. It just sparkles in the light. You can kind of see it in the shot here. This is a really nicely finished watch. If you forget about the whole, you know, Gevril, how it's an homage to the Rolex Submariner, you know, I think you should just take it for what it is. It's a really nice diver's watch that, you know, actual people can afford. So I know that a lot of people are going to say, you know, why would I buy this? For one, it's a Swiss. It's a really nicely finished Swiss made watch. And, you know, a lot of people are going to say, you know, actually I was on Slick Deals and I saw like a post for Gevril. I saw someone say something like, why would I buy this? I could just buy an Invicta Pro Diver for $100 or something. Well, that's funny to say. Funny you should say. I actually bought one just to show on this review. And let me tell you that this is far superior than this. Not to say that this is a bad watch. This is a very good watch. I only paid $60 for this. I'm actually very impressed with how good this watch is for $60. But this doesn't feel anything close to this. This is a far superior timepiece than the Invicta. The Invicta has a lot going for it. It's got a nice, you know, this isn't a review of the Invicta. I just wanted to point out that I've tried out the Invicta and I tried out the Gevril. The Gevril is far superior. So let me take some measurements. So I'm going to take some size and I'll give you some weights here. This is the Gevril. It's coming in at 157 grams. Here's the Invicta Pro Diver. 144, you know, similar in weight pretty much. You probably wouldn't feel the difference in that on your wrist. Now, I brought in, this is my Tag Heuer Aquaracer. I've actually owned this watch since I was pretty much, this is my wedding gift for my wife. I've owned this watch a really long time, like over 10 years now. This is my daily driver. This is pretty much my one watch. This is like my, I was a one watch person for a long time until recently I kind of got hit by the watch bug. So let me So yeah, this weighs 172 grams. So this is a very heavy watch, but this is slightly bigger than the. It is a slightly bigger. This is, I think this is about 43. Actually, I have calipers. Let's measure. Let's get in between the buttons. So that's 44. About a 44 millimeters, little maybe. So that's a big. This is a big chunky watch. This is, and I really like that about that. It really had some presence. It was a my sport watch. It was my dress watch. It was a a chronograph. So it had like a complication. It is quartz. Back when I bought this, I don't know if I was kind of out of the loop a little bit, but quartz watches were still kind of very popular at the time. So let's take a measurement of this guy. Is that 43? Yeah, 43 millimeters. And let's do the, it's about 12.3 millimeters in thickness. So it's not too thick, given that it's a diver's watch. It's a decent 43 millimeters. Crazy how this is like 44, and we got 44 and 43, and you can just tell the difference there a little. It's 1 millimeter does make a little bit of a difference. So as far as build quality, the clasp on my tag is superior. This mechanism here is better. I like the push button. It's the ease of using this watch. It's just more user friendly. I do like the bracelet a lot. It's more traditional. I mean, this watch still, like, wear this watch. It looks like I bought it the other day. It's in really good condition, given how I used it like daily for I would say over 10 years. And I guess I've been using it less. I got into the whole Apple Watch craze for a while, but that's another story. So I used it a little less, but now it's in very good shape. I mean, it's got some scratches, but that's on the case, but that's fine. So I got one final watch to talk about. This is my Tudor 1926. This is currently my favorite watch. I bought this not too long ago, and I absolutely love it. I just wanted to break out this watch because it has this kind of a similar Jubilee-ish, kind of bracelet. I would kind of give the edge on the Tudor as far as quality. The play on light in this thing is incredible. With this, we got the 7. It's a 7-link Jubilee bracelet. I mean, it's just, and you got the hands that are like super polished. I mean, the hands, you got the numerals here. Yeah, it's just, it's just glowing every which way that you move it. It's like shining everywhere. So I just wanted to break this one out. First of all, I'll give you like let's take the weight here. So it's weighing it at 140 grams, which it's a very comfortable watch to wear. I'm probably going to do a full review on this watch soon. But I just wanted to mention that this watch, now I'm wearing this is how it looks on my 7¼ inch wrist. The Gevril. It's very nice. I'm actually, like I said, it's a little tight, so I will take a link off and use the micro adjustment. I just wanted to bring this up. This Tudor $2,000 watch has a very similar movement to the Gevril. Gevril has an SW200. So the Tudor has a Sellita SW200-1, again, very similar to this one, or an ETA-based 2824-2. So that's why I want to, I just want to give a point of comparison. Gevril, not the most famous, watchmaker. I got to say they made a hell of a nice watch here. Not the biggest fan of the little Gevril sign there. I mean, it's just what it is. I'm just saying, I guess the point I wanted to make is $2,000 watch, right? I paid $500, similar movement. I'm not going to say it's a no-brainer, you know. So the reality is, I could probably, I could probably get a decent amount of my money back for the Tudor. It'd be very difficult for me to sell the Gevril or get anything close to what I paid. If you're going to buy the Gevril, appreciate it for what it is. Understand that you might get, some criticism from, if you have a lot of watch friends that are very serious about watches, they might not dig it, given that, looks just like a Submariner. The truth is, it gives you a taste of what a really nice diver's watch, a really nice Swiss-made diver's watch feels like for a fraction of the cost. That's all I got to say. It's a hell of a nice watch for the money, a hell of a value, very well-made watch. The reason why I bought it, I wanted a really nice diver's. I wanted to get a Swiss automatic diver's watch because all I had right now was my tag, which is a quartz. It's a really nice quartz chronograph. Really nice. I love this watch, and I'm going to cherish it because my wife gave it to me back when we got married. So, but I wanted a Swiss automatic watch. I couldn't justify spending $3,500 to $5,000 on a diver's watch right now. So I wanted to get something that was really good value for money, and I think this kind of fits the bill. If you're the kind of person that you'll feel embarrassed by wearing this thing, then then it's not your watch. There are a lot of other watches you can buy. I think Mito makes a close to 500-ish like Swiss watch, Swiss diver's watch. Swiss divers watches, they go over $1,000 really quickly, and for $500 this is a steal, to be honest. This is my Lume Testomatic Lume testing device. It shines. It's actually for disinfecting cell phones, but I'm repurposing it for the purposes of this to test out these the watches' lumes. So I got the Gevril, the Invicta, and the tag. I'm going to put them out to head and give them about a minute of UV light and see how they do. As you can see right off the bat, the Invicta had the porous lume. It just literally came out right now. Invicta's pretty much gone. I'd say the Gevril and the Tag Heuer are neck and neck. One thing I noticed, the Gevril has some nice lume on the hands. Tag Heuer doesn't, or it only has it on, I guess it has little dots only on the hour marker. They're kind of fading now. I'm gonna give it to the, I'm gonna say they're about the same. And you gotta hand it to Tag. I mean, this is a 10 plus year old watch, and it's still holding up quite well with the lume. So I'm going to go ahead and recommend the Gevril Wall Street Kermit. I think it's a fantastic value and has really good build quality, real stunning watch. It's really hard to get a solid Swiss diver for in the $500 range, and I think this is a really good option if you're okay with the whole, Gevril is not the most known name, but they've produced a hell of a quality product, and if you just got to be okay with that and appreciate it for what it is. If you have any questions about the watch, please write them in the comments, and I'll be happy to answer them as best I can, and I'll see you in the next one.